Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel, Rebecca, Stu, and the crew. My name is Rebecca, and today we have some fun springtime DIYs for y'all that I think that you'll enjoy. I find the items to use to make these mainly at the Dollar Tree. So let's get crafty. I think you're going to enjoy these today. So for DIY number one, we're going to be using these little bows you can pick up at the Dollar Tree. They have them in the colorful or the black with the silver. I'm going to use the black with the silver for this one. And I'm going to just cut one of them out and line it up in the middle of one of these wooden plaques that they sell. They have the bunny, the peep, the Easter egg, and a carrot. So I'm just going to figure out my spacing, how it will fit in the middle. Then I'm drawing the lines at the top and the bottom and taping it off with some masking tape so I know where I will be putting the bow. Then I just take some light lavender colored paint and I'm going to paint the middle with just one coat of the light color purple paint. Once it's dry, go ahead and remove the masking tape and then we'll replace the tape so that we can paint our lines at the bottom. And I actually made the purple paint just a little bit lighter with some white paint to lighten it up a little bit so we have this two-tone kind of effect. Then you're going to just peel that sticker off once it's all dry and place it right in the middle of your Easter egg, which is so nice because it has that clear border and it fits around the egg just really nice, and then you don't see where it went on as a sticker. Now we're going to take some of these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, kind of figure out what part of it we're going to use for our Easter egg, and we'll start trimming that down so that we only use small portions of the sheet at a time and we don't waste any of the transfer. So once I kind of figure out where I want this to be, then I just start taking, you could use like a craft stick. They have some of those stylus style dotting tools from Dollar Tree, which I kind of think works better to use on the rubbing transfers. It just makes it a little bit easier to get them to stick down. But you always know when the transfer is actually working well because it will change color. So it'll be really dark. And as you go over the transfer, you'll see it lighten up. That's how you know it's coming off of that transfer sheet. And as you see, I go very slow. I just lift up. If I see any piece that's not sticking, I lay it back down and I go over it again to make sure all of it is sticking. And then if there's any like little open spaces that you want to fill in, you can always go back with the little pieces that are still on the border and just kind of fill in the spaces. That always works for me. I kind of use the transfer on the border here. It looked a little bit too broken up to me, and I wanted to kind of tie all that lacy style design on the outside together. So I added some more of the transfer. Then I just sealed the whole thing with Mod Podge. I added some flowers and a tiny bow and a button right to the very center. Just layered it, and I sealed the whole thing with Mod Podge. And this is what it looks like. As you can see the Mod Podge, it wasn't completely dry yet for that picture. So then for Bunny and Carrot, this is wood stand number 2 and 3. So our next two DIYs. So we're basically doing the same thing. So for the bunny, we're going to tape off the bottom portion. We're going to do this one just a tad different. So I'm going to paint the very top of it with some white chalk paint, but it's kind of thin. I don't want it real thick. I like seeing the wood grain underneath. And once we add our transfer to this one, you really won't see it that much anyways. But once it's dry, you can go ahead and remove that tape and you have this nice crisp line. So I did the same thing with the carrot. I painted the bottom portion white. And then once it was dry, I just removed that masking tape. And we can start decorating the top and the bottom of our wood plaque. But I do want to paint the border for all of these. Now, it's really personal preference if you want to just leave it with that wood color or if you want to paint the border. I chose to paint the border for all of mine. It is pretty porous because it's made out of that MDF style particle board, which is pretty porous on the edges. So you're going to want to do probably 2 coats because if not, it just looks really spotty. It doesn't look good. So you definitely want to do 2 coats. Then we'll take some of this cardstock paper you can get in packets at the Dollar Tree. I think it's like 30 sheets of paper. You get 10 designs and 3 sheets of each design. And I picked this up at the Dollar Tree. So you just trim around where you're going to want this paper to go. So for the carrot, for instance, I wanted just the top leaves to match the rub-on transfers that I'm going to use. So I used the blue paper and I used a emery board to actually create these little lines in the paper. So I just sanded the paper a little bit with it and it got rid of the color. And then I was able to go in with a colored pencil and kind of lay it on its side and add some darker stripes to add some detail to the greenery part of the carrot. Then for the bunny, I did the bottom with the pink paper and I painted the edges of this one pink to coordinate with the rub-on transfers we're going to use. And I just added that paper with Mod Podge. Now we'll go ahead and trim up the rub-on transfer. I swear this one is my favorite, this pink coloring with all the flowers that they have out at the Dollar Tree. I love this transfer so much. I was surprised I was able to find it because these sell out so quickly when they have this one in stock. So I just go over with my stylus and make sure it's all stuck down, it's changed color. And then you can see the ears aren't done yet. So I just get another piece, the piece that I had cut off earlier, and I line up the lines to make sure that they follow through. And then I just finish putting the rub-on transfers on the bunny. For the carrot, I chose to use these blue and purple flowers to coordinate with the paper. And you can see I just keep cutting all the flowers apart and I fill in the spaces all the way around with all this different flowers and stuff. And once that's all done, you can seal that with Mod Podge. And then I started to add a ribbon. So for the carrot, I'm going to add the purple flowers. This creates, kind of a uniform with the color scheme that we're going with for this one. And I just added a bunch of little bits of the flowers. And then you can add a ribbon if you like. Then for the bunny, you can see I'm just sealing all of it with some Mod Podge. And then I added some ribbon for a bow and also at the bottom a little button. And I added a couple flowers to each one. And I just love how these turned out so much. They're so cute. So we got one more to do. This is a baby chick that they have. I thought this one was really cute. And we're going to actually add material to this one instead of just paper and painting it. So I had this really cute fabric on hand. It was just scrap fabric that I had left over from some bags that I made for someone as a gift. And I was like, this would be so cute to use on this little duck. So I just keep tracing around the scrap fabric that I have around, the edges with a pencil and try to get it this shape as best as possible. And then once I do, I taped it together with some masking tape to hold it all together so that when I add it to the front of the peep, it will line up really well. And then once I get it on there with the Mod Podge, then I can go back in with some more, lift up the flaps after I remove the tape and then glue it all down. And it helped hold it all together. So I wasn't trying to struggle piecing all the pieces together and line it up with the glue already on it. It was just a much easier way to do it. So then we're going to take our scissors and just trim around the bunny. I'm sorry, this one's not a bunny. This one's a chicken. We're going to trim around it with our scissors so that we can get a nice clean edge. And you can actually go in with some sandpaper and it will sand the edges to clean it up as well, just like the paper. Then I seal the whole thing with Mod Podge because I really don't want this fabric to fray. And I think over time it would. So we did that with the Mod Podge. Now we'll take that same craft paper pack that we've been using from Dollar Tree and we're going to just lay it on the feet. I kind of just push down with my finger and it creates a line that I'm able to trace with the pencil. We'll cut that out with our scissors and we'll do the same with the beak. Then we'll attach this with our Mod Podge. And you can, of course, seal over the paper with the Mod Podge as well. And don't forget, if you want to paint the border, I should have done it first. It's actually easier to paint the edges of these signs first and then add all of your decorations. So don't do what I do. You guys do the border first. I get caught up in filming and I kind of forget and I don't practice these before I make them. I just jump right in and make them and it turns out as it does. and you see exactly how I'm making it. So, I learned things along the way. What I learned is it's best to definitely paint the edge. If you're going to paint it, do that first. So now we've got the feet and the beak on, and we're going to go ahead and add some wings. So I'm going to use that same paper. I just created this very basic shape. I did two of them, and I took a Sharpie with some dark blue color that kind of coordinated and drew these little stitch marks. Since we're using fabric, I thought that would be really cute to add the stitching. I did the same to the feet and then the beak. And then once the Mod Podge was dry on the fabric, I actually went around the fabric, and where each of the lines, it's like a pre-printed quilt. It's kind of like what the fabric's supposed to represent. So each portion where the fabric changed color, I added the little stitch marks to make it look like it was all sewn in together. So you can see where there's like just this blue and white, and it's lined up right next to the flowery design. So I just add the stitch marks, and I try to make them as uniform as possible, making them the same length and the same space apart. And again, you guys, it's so much easier. Paint the edge first. You don't have to be as careful if you paint the edge first. It's so much easier. You can just do it really quickly. So then I added a ribbon to the neckline and a little bit of flowers, another little button to the wings. I thought that would be really cute. And I added a little yellow flower to the middle of the bow. I think between the baby chick and the bunny, those two are my favorite, but they all turned out really cute, and I was happy with them overall. And so here's the carrot. We saw the egg. We've got the bunny all done with the little ribbon and button. And then our little baby peep. Let me know in the comments which one of the four is your favorite, or even what's your top two. For me, it's definitely the bunny and the peep. Those are so cute, but I like them all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you haven't done so already. And leave a comment down below. Let me know which ones were your favorite. And don't forget, you can follow us at Rebecca Stew and the Crew across all social media platforms. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.